Volition recently announced their closure and they've just updated us with a far longer message. I only feel it's right that I cover this since I covered their closure, and I want to give you my brief thoughts whilst also reading out the message for you all today. 30 years of making games. There are only a handful of studios in the industry that have been around for 30 years, and we took a lot of pride over Volition being one of them. Volition has been around long enough that some folks forget what we made, but they certainly know our games. Refrains such as Volition made Descent, or Volition made Free Space, or Volition made that Summoner RPG with that hilarious video are not uncommon. Sometimes it's easier to remember the games more than the studio that built them, especially for those that have been around as long as we have. Well, all good things must come to an end, and so it is with Volition. After 30 years, Volition has been closed, and we wanted to say a few final words. To start, we know we wouldn't be a studio without the people in it. While it may sound cliche, as those who have worked at Volition can attest, it is truly a huge family. Volition started with a team that had a vision for how to make the kind of games that others couldn't, and infused that confidence throughout the entire company. We assembled an incredibly talented group of artists, storytellers, and creators who put together and built a culture that attracted top quality people who truly cared for each other. Time progressed, people naturally came and went, and very often returned again, but the people were always what made Volition truly special. Do all developers feel the same? We know they do. But in this case, there truly was a unique culture of people who cared about each other like family, combined with the will to create some of the most unique games ever created. Thank you so much to every Volitionite who has ever worked there. You are all what made this the magical place it was to work at, and we can never say enough how much you meant to us over these 30 years. Beyond our development family, we also wouldn't have been a studio without our extended family, our community. For 30 years now, you have played our games. Sometimes you love them, sometimes you've been disappointed in them, but you've always been there. We can speak for everyone who has worked at Volition when we say all our hard work and sacrifices we've put into our games here have been for you. Over these many years, we have enjoyed working on an extremely diverse series of games, and so many of you have come along with us for that ride. We can't thank you enough for sticking with us throughout all this time. We've loved your enthusiasm every step of the way, even those times when you wish we had or hadn't gone a certain way with Saints Row, or Red Faction, or Descent. You are why we kept making these games. And those of us that have been a part of the Volition family will be eternally grateful. Farewell. This strikes me as a really nice farewell letter to both the fans of Volition and Volition employees themselves. I like that they spoke about the fact that even though fans were mixed on certain games, the games were made for them to enjoy primarily. I think we all have been frustrated at Volition at times, but now that they're gone, I'm going to miss them a lot. I've said a lot of this in my last video, so I won't harp on it too much, but to me, this just struck me as a really sincere message to the fans. It must be hard to have an entire company for 30 years just to watch it be shut down by the Embracer overnight, with no care for its employees or the games and the communities it fosters. Again, I don't want to go into rant mode, but I'm going to miss you, Volition, honestly. And this was a really nice message from them. I just felt I should cover it since I covered the last one and this one was a bit more lengthy, but this just felt really sincere. And, yeah, I guess that's it now. Farewell, Volition.